Hey guys, today we're going to decode this giant statue in an ancient temple. This shows a warrior with a bow in one hand. The bow is so large and he seems to be a fierce warrior, but in the other hand, what is he holding? Is he holding an arrow? No, he is holding a snake, a cobra. This is very odd, and the sculptor has intentionally not carved any other arrows or the quiver on his shoulder. Who is this warrior, and why is he holding a snake instead of an arrow? What is going to happen next? If you're still watching, you have already fallen into the trap set by ancient builders. You are now searching for an answer. What will the warrior do? Now, he has to use the snake as an arrow, right? But how is that even possible? Ancient texts mention a strange weapon called Nagastra. The word Naga means snake and the word Astra means weapon. And ancient texts mention this snake-like arrow that can be used in a bow. So we have decoded that this warrior is not holding a snake but holding a weapon called Nagastra. We have decrypted this so far, but who is this guy? Is it possible to identify this god? And if we examine this carving, you cannot identify him as any major Hindu god like Shiva or Vishnu. He's not shown with the third eye of Shiva or with the chakra of Vishnu. So, how do we identify him? Is it even possible to identify him? This is the point where most experts will stop analyzing and assume that this is just a carving of some warrior holding the Nagastra. But remember that ancient builders were master storytellers and they would not carve anything that's vague. If it seems vague, it is made intentionally that way to make sure that only the real seekers will find the truth. But this carving gives no further clue, and you cannot understand it unless you become this character and you take the Nagastra in one hand, hold the bow in the other hand, and then release the arrow. Who would the arrow hit? This guy standing opposite to him. It's weird because the victim looks somewhat similar to that person. You can see a resemblance like they are brothers. He too has a large bow in his hand, and what does he have in the other hand? Is he also holding a snake? No, he's holding an arrow. So we cannot find anything specific in the statue to identify him. But look below. This tiny carving underneath the warrior is the key that unlocks everything. Who is he and what is he doing? There doesn't seem to be any detail here as well. All he seems to be doing is just holding a rope and sitting calmly. His left leg is on the seat, but look at his right leg and look at the position of his foot and look at the big toe of his right foot. This is the key to unlocking the whole story, and this story is mentioned in the ancient text of Mahabharata. This is Lord Krishna driving the chariot of Arjuna shown on top. Look at the wheels of the chariot here. Who is Arjuna fighting? A great warrior by the name of Karna. This is why they're carved opposite to one another. And what does Karna do with this snake-like weapon? He is going to use it on Arjuna to kill him. And what happens when he aims at Arjuna's head and releases the arrow? As the arrow is coming through, Lord Krishna, who's driving Arjuna's chariot, uses his big toe of his right foot and presses the chariot. The chariot gets buried into the ground a few inches, and because of this, the arrow misses Arjuna's head and hits his crown instead. This is a pivotal moment in the ancient text. I hope you can appreciate the magic that is just unraveled right before your eyes. We have not only identified this figure now, we have also identified this figure and even this tiny carving. But we have gotten a big bonus on top of that. We have learned a story or an event from ancient times. Now, this is just what we get from analyzing two statues. If you start to look around, you will understand that every ancient temple is like an encyclopedia. You can learn a lot of new and interesting information. I hope you like this video. I am Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.